Hi Ruby.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm really well, thank
Good.
you.
I'm very, very happy to see you.
So am I. I'm really happy to see you.
I think you're fabulous. You're an
Thank you.
absolute
Thank
trailblazer.
Thank you.
You've been in the beauty industry, can I say 3 decades?
More than 3 decades, so I'm a proper OG.
Yeah,
In,
you absolutely.
By every definition, I'm an OG.
You are the OG, absolutely.
Yes.
What do you think's changed in the beauty industry since you started?
Everything has changed. Everything has changed. So from when I've started, so it's probably 1985 when I started, because I was an economics graduate, and then I finished university and I started assisting as a makeup assistant. So I have no formal training, and that was my foray into the industry. So if you compare from there to now, 2025, 1985, everything has changed. So from things that used to be in print, and it was just a quote, to seasons of when you got the colours, you'd wait to get them 6 months. You know how the shows were, beauty editors would write what the looks were coming. Now, with the digital world and social media, what hasn't changed? Everything has changed. Where before we had portfolio to show our example of our work, nobody knew what the hell I looked like, what were you, how old you are, nothing. They just went by the example of what's your work like. Now we have to be on Instagram, we've got to be on here, you've got to be on there. We have to be on social media ourselves, doing the makeup on yourself. And I'm like, okay, I'm reasonable looking, but the looks I can execute on somebody else, I can't necessarily do that creatively or otherwise on me. And you know, like we have to become, I mean, I say micro-influencer because I'm not a Kardashian last time I heard my name with the billions of followers or all of that.
But you've got to be an influencer yourself now,
But there's, so in every way, the way we shop online is not in a department store and not just in Boots the Chemist. Internationally, how we wear, what you do, everything. So there's no bearing on that other than, yes, we all use fashion, we use beauty. There's probably a little more awareness about wellness now, which I love. And also the one positive change that I do like is I like that I'm a woman who's 63 now. I don't know when this is going to air, but by December I'll be 64. So in that time, in our industry, people didn't really talk about things like menopause or the other aspects of aging, whether it's anti-aging or pro-aging. Now there are campaigns to say that, and then there's a bit more awareness about all of that, which I love, because I think then things aren't taboo like they might have been all those years ago.
So we've talked about how much has changed. What hasn't changed enough?
Well, we've still got one nose, 2 eyes,
that's true.
mouth and a cheek. So unless you suddenly would grow 3 heads and you need a mascara for this head and something else for that, in the end, we are still human. Different, you know, there's 8 billion people on the planet, I think. I don't know, maybe just under. Every one of us is unique. So again, although we generalise and we like to do this and you do that, but everyone is still a different shape, a different size, a different colour, a different sex, different this. So none of that has actually changed.
No, not at all.
And there's way more product out there for you to make a choice from in a very noisy environment.
What excites you about beauty today?
That expansion of, there's just more choice. So with that though, there's a responsibility, and my present brand is a conscious decision against that. I don't have 350 SKUs the way I had when I had Ruby and Millie in the 90s. It's saying there's so much stuff. Don't just bring stuff out to make more noise. Take care of that planet. Is it actually needed? And the thing I want to say is I'm a creator. I created products for myself, for others. I guide people that way. I'm a curator. I curate things from other things and within my brand. So I don't just want to have more. And I'm a champion. I'm a champion of other women, other female founders, irrespective of age or sex or something like that. I want to do something for our industry. And weirdly enough, championing others means by default I end up championing myself, because you sound and you look good. But that has been the way I have conducted my career and the way I live my life.
You worked across the supermodel era with all those incredible names. What was that like?
Well, the thing is, when you are in the process of something, it's not like that name supermodel didn't just come out while we were doing it. It's more a reflection afterwards. You know, like I remember the first time probably was when Versace, God rest his soul, when he was alive, and he put those girls like Linda, Naomi, Cindy, Stephanie Seymour, all of those, you know, not quite Kate Moss at that time, but she just came at the tail end of that. All of that, and you don't know you're in a genre, you know, you don't know, you're just in the flow. And I never ever did Linda Evangelista properly, just at the shows, but Naomi, Kate, Cindy, I have done, Krista Turlington, I have done. So when you're doing it, I don't think you look at it as like, oh, I'm in the supermodel phase. It's afterwards when people reflect and give titles to something that you realise. And when I say to the young influencers now, because some of them, they don't know me from Adam, and I don't really know who they are, and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers, I don't know. And then they go this, and then they go, oh, my mum said, I used to wear your brand, and she goes, you used to do them supermodels, didn't you? And I said, yes, I did. So in that way, it's very exciting for me at the time, because you're doing the best you can, and wow, they're the best models of that era.
Yeah.
So it's fabulous. Afterwards, you look at it and you think, flipping heck. That was mega. That was a cool time.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like older now. I'm in my 60s, they're probably in their 50s.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see them. I don't see Cindy as often, or Kirsty or no, but Naomi I see here and there. You know, she did something the other day and she was DJing there, and it's nice.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's nice. Yeah. They're not my best mates or anything, but they are people that I did a large chunk of work with. Yeah. So yeah, it feels good.
Yeah,
felt
as it
good.
should.
Felt good then, feels good now.
What I would really love to ask about is actually what you did as an OG is groundbreaking, but also doing it as a South Asian is super groundbreaking.
So the thing is, there's a lot of focus on that South Asian concept now. Yeah. If you look at me in 1985, did I look any different? I was still South Asian, right?
No, but it was less common, right?
It was less common, and I've probably helped bust that door, because I was on TV, I did shows, I did advertising campaigns, I did what I could. I was a contributor on this magazine, that magazine. Then when the brand came out, Ruby and Millie, it was one of the first, I don't like the word diversity, I like the word inclusive, because it means there's no friction.
Yeah.
So I was always this way. But for me, the focus on South Asian was to be the best I could be. Then it means if you're from an area of excellence, they just look at you and they don't have to say Ruby Hammer, South Asian makeup artist. I never posted myself that way. I still don't. I want to be the best of who I am. And when you look at me, I'm already opening that door, aren't I?
Correct.
What are you going to do? You're going to pretend I'm African, or you're going to pretend I'm Chinese, or you're going to pretend I'm British. I'm British by nationality, but not by birth. Yeah. And I'm proud of it, and I love this country. But my heritage is there, and it brings in bits of, you know, where I grew up in the 60s and 70s in Nigeria and Africa. We had no TV growing up. So every night we would go and we would watch an open air theatre, Bollywood movies.
Wow.
So I'm Bangladeshi by nationality as well, as I have dual nationality. My mother tongue is Bengali, but I learned to speak fluent Hindi. I can't read or write, but I speak it fluently because I watch those movies and I know those stars. And weirdly enough, we went to another thing on Sunday night and Sonam Kapoor is there. I've made her up a few times. She's a great fashionista for South Asian culture, brands. She's a talented actress, even more so a comic one. She's brilliant. Yeah. So all of those, if I just sat here and didn't have inroads into that, I wouldn't be able to be privy or know these things. So I just think the best way is to be bloody brilliant at what you do, or try the best you can, and then by default they're going to have to acknowledge that's what you are.
Yeah. That's great advice.
I don't want anybody giving me something, oh, because you're Southeast Asian. I don't, because they'll give it one day and they'll take it back the next. Then what are you going to do?
Are there any trends in makeup or beauty generally that you think are overhyped, and perhaps ones that are, there to stay?
There's tons of them. There's tons of them. But trends are, it's really funny, because sometimes when they ask me and I say, I've created trends, I've followed trends. Trends are there sometimes for people who need to be told what to do. But it doesn't matter. It's just a mass of people looking at something. But this kind of thing of, say it's a TikTok thing, we've got to put our concealer from here to here to here to here. And then I think, okay, now that you've done that, darling, do you not have to wear 3 tons of everything else to make you come out of that? So no, those kind of trends I don't like. And the trends of like a strong red lip colour, it's never going out of fashion. It goes in a cycle and it comes back in. Might be a glossy red lip, might be a very super matte red lip, but red lips are there. Smoky eyes, it's going to be there. There's other ones where they're, I don't know, sometimes, use a massive big brush to put all your foundation, and I'm like, really? You can't control what you're doing. So they're just things, and they're visually fantastic. I'm a creative person. When you see drips of serum, I'm like, if I can put their serum on like that. I drop it in my hand to see how much, and then I will pat it on. And then dripping. It looks super. But how do you know you've just put 8 drops on that you've just wasted money, and nobody needs 48 drops of serum? No, so it's in that vein. But they're nice to follow, because they come at certain times that way.
I want to talk about travel.
Okay.
Tell me, do you have a favourite place that you've been to, or somewhere that you're coming up that you're super excited about?
Well, I've got to say, tomorrow I'm going, it's my 15th wedding anniversary, so I'm going somewhere in the south of France. I've not been told where. So I know it'll be chic.
Great.
And it will be special, but I don't know where. And having a 40-year career plus being a makeup artist, it means I've had a fair amount of travel in my life. There just is. But they're not always the fantastic, luxurious places. But they've all got their charms, whether that was Sri Lanka, Thailand, Kenya, Greenland, Iceland, Australia,
Brilliant.
Every, up 10 times to America and the rest of Europe or whatever. But you might travel in a donkey class, and then you're working with this supermodel, and then you're doing something that she's wearing things that you can't even mention the price on application, like all that kind of thing. So travel is good. It's inherent to my nature, because we were from Bangladesh and my parents moved to Africa, then we came here. So all of that is in my DNA. I like travel, and I think people should travel, because then they get to realise all the unique things of other cultures and heritages. And also it unifies you, where you think in the end they might have a darker skin, they might have different food they eat, and they might have different architecture or whatever they have, but we're all human.
We're
all
2 eyes, nose, lips, it's all the same. There we go, see?
Right?
Yeah.
We're all that. So that bonds you, brings you. Isn't it nice to share yours and take back some of theirs? So I enjoy travel because I think it broadens the mind, it broadens your experience. You might pick up words of language. Your education, and I don't mean that in a formal way, expands, and your mindset expands.
Do you have somewhere on your bucket list?
Bucket list. There's plenty of places. There's plenty of places, because I do love when we are just relaxing, somewhere like the Maldives or somewhere like Turks and Caicos, which we do go quite frequently, and they're like home from home. But there's other times when you do a sort of a trek. So I went to this charity thing the other day, and it was a charity for bullying, and it's a very good hairdresser friend of mine, and he is one of the patrons of that, and what they're doing, they were raising money for the charity, but it was to do a trek, and it was up to Kilimanjaro.
Did you do it?
No, I haven't signed on.
Okay.
The dates doesn't work, but it would be like I oscillate between I'm a chicken shit, like would I be able to do it, and then other one I think well, I'm healthy, I'm okay, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
It'd be different to lying on the beach like that, something, and it would be a real accomplishment for yourself. So I don't know. Let's see.
Do you have any essential skincare products or kind of preparation steps?
When I travel?
Yeah.
I just like it in smaller sizes, but there's got to be a cleanser, and I have two. I'll have a cleansing balm that takes off thicker makeup and breaks down SPF. Some sort of exfoliant, and one of the ones I like is from Tatcha. It's like a rice powder one that you mix, and I like things that are gentle but effective. Mm-hmm. Then there'll be something to really hydrate. And again, because I have to be testing so many things, I'm aware of so many things. It might be a new one, I just take the latest one I'm putting through the tracks, I'll have that. Lip balm, I have to have, and they could be from cheap Vaseline to Augustina's Bader, very expensive, luxurious, lovely. Yeah. And cosmetic-wise, I have things for myself because it's stupid if I don't, and they're very, very consistent like that. And something to possibly spray the pillow with and help with a bit of jet lag. So sometimes they're from aromatherapy associates or L'Occitane, something like that I can spray.
So what are your essentials that you carry with you day to day? Can we peek inside your bag?
Oh my God, of course you can. I probably haven't got that much in there like I normally have. And it does change because you swap your bag and it depends daytime, evening. You know, my evening bag will only have a tiny thing. Okay. This, you can have a look. Phone, bit of silk because I'm losing my hair. So anything that's
gentle, yeah.
Gentle silk. Tiny, again, detangler, small. Ruby hammer, they're like, look, keep my brows, lip colour.
Nice.
I've got an Augustina Bader lip balm. Ruby hammer. So I put that on my lips, I put it on my cheeks, and I can put it on my eyes.
Fabulous.
I have collagen. This is from Claire Depot, and I don't even know how old it is, but it's there. Okay. It's like, it's got something. Keys, pen. You'll be amazed how many women, all beautifully dressed, all this, don't have a pen.
I never have a pen with me.
You know, I've got a pen.
Awful, yeah.
And I always have a pen.
Very good.
What else have I got? Yeah, a mirror, magnified. I've broken it, but it means it's matte. So if you're doing pictures or something, that person doesn't get reflected, but it has to be magnified because I'm so short-sighted. Additional lenses, vitamins if I have to. I always carry cash. Credit card.
Very good.
Tissues. Q-tips.
Oh, goodness. Like a true makeup artist.
But not much, you see?
That's good.
But
it fits into
things.
a tiny little pouch, so it's perfect. Do you have any regular wellness rituals?
I do have quite a few, and as you get older, I think you collect a few. So I try to meditate or have a quiet time in the morning, just whatever it is. It could be actually formally, I've got eyes closed and I'm doing my mantra and I do that, or just 5 minutes of just sitting quietly with my cup of tea. It could be mantras I just play to calm you down, for protection, for enhancing, just to balance you. And beauty rituals are, I do a list. I used to do a list when I was a teenager, what you do daily, what you do weekly, and what you do monthly. So the daily things are like, you've got to floss your teeth, because I'm getting older, there's gaps, there's all that. You have to cleanse, you have to brush, you have to do that. Exfoliating for face and body at least twice a week. And then you can lavish your cream and all that, but it's not going to sink in face or body if there's dead skin there. And try to drink more water. I do. I'm very good on holiday and not so good when I'm in town. Looking and walking in nature, try to get out a bit more. And I do weight-bearing exercises now. So I've never been a gym person, other than when my daughter was getting married and we both used to go, so that was good. But now I do weight-bearing exercises, and I should stretch a bit more, because I was always very flexible and I can feel things are shrink, a bit of that. And just when I wake up, I do that gratitude. When I go to sleep, I do gratitude, because when you're going to bed, it's like, okay, I hope I'll wake up next morning. Thank you for this life. Thank you for this, because millions of people won't.
Yeah.
And in the morning is, you're alive. I lost my mum when she was 67, and that was 13 years ago. So I'm very grateful that I don't do this anti-aging fighting. Every day you're alive, it is a blessing, and you can face whatever life's going to chuck at you. But try and know that there are people so much worse off than you are. You can't keep looking at who's better off than you are. Keep trying to do that, you'll never ever be content or satisfied. But what you can do, tackle, make a plan and go for it. Not with envy and jealousy and blah, blah, blah. Do some hard work. Put your put your energy to get out there and manifest it.
I love that. I'm going to go to the quick fire round.
Huh?
Quick fire round.
Okay.
What's your coffee order?
Actually, first thing in the morning is tea. English breakfast tea with 1 sugar, quite strong, quite sweet.
All right. What's your favourite cuisine?
I have to say it's Indian cuisine, followed probably by Italian cuisine.
Your perfect date?
My husband. I honestly, we've been together for 21 years now, and I was married before. I love my daughter, I love my brothers, I love my friends. But if I had nobody, it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's doing the laundry and he's telling you, do you need to wash that again? Or whatever it is, he's in any shape or form, I'll take him.
I love that. If you had an extra 5 hours in the day, how would you spend it?
Oh my God, that is the luxury. To me, luxury now is exactly that, where you don't have to phone anyone, you don't have to email anyone, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to write this, that I can do what the heck I want. So if I want to lie here and watch that Bollywood movie that takes 3 hours,
Yes,
I can.
Take it.
Or I can Speedy Gonzales and get out there. It would be whatever. That to me is luxury. So extra 5 hours, I think, so you're not tired, don't have to lie like a lump. That is, yeah, I can find things to do, or I can find, without guilt, I'm just going to take care of myself.
If you're down, what cheers you up?
Honestly, my grandson, he's 3.5, just the word Max, and apparently my eyes light up and I think of him, and yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
In my life, I'm very pleased. People have complimented me, how you look, what your work, what you've achieved, all of that. But the backhanded compliment, which is, oh, you look great for your age. I'm like, you can keep that one to yourself. Either just say you look great, I'll accept that very graciously. But when they add that bit to it, I'm like, oh, God, okay, fine.
Still a compliment.
Yes, it's still a compliment. Yeah. I take it. But I'm just saying, learn to just say you look great. Yeah. Don't add that bit to it. Or you look great for your age, you look great for a man, you look great for this or that.
What's your go-to drink?
I'm not a very big alcohol drinker, but I like a decent glass of red wine, and I'll always have a cocktail. So if it's at a wedding or something, it'll be a champagne, you know, something, a Kira or something like that. But also, I had a lychee, you know, like a lychee martini, but I had a gimlet at the Rocker restaurant very recently, and it was just small, elegant, beautiful drink, not too sweet, but not too dry. I probably have a very unsophisticated palate in terms of alcohol.
You enjoyed it?
Yes.
Good.
It was delicious.
Do you have a favourite item, be it clothing or a piece of makeup or jewellery?
Jeans. Yeah, jeans, because they're practical, they're warm, you can pick a thin one, you don't have to worry. Jeans.
If you weren't doing what you were doing, what would you do?
I think with my degree that I had, I would either have gone into law or into the diplomatic corps, so like some sort of ambassadorship or something like that, that you work for your country, that you would still meet people, involve travel, use your sharps, but something like that. I think I would work for my aunt used to work for the UN, so it would be something like that.
Is there one thing that you can't live without?
My loved ones, my family. Yeah, it's not a thing. I think when you're younger, you think it's possessions. Now it's not. It's the people that are dear to you.
Is there one book or a film you think everyone must watch?
That I would...
A book to read or a film that everyone must watch or read or something like that?
Oh
like
my
a must-have.
I'm a bit of a film buff and I read lots of books. There are too many. There's some amazing, amazing books out there. But one of the books I love is called The God of Small Things.
Arundhati Roy.
Yes.
Amazing.
And I think every few years, read it again.
Yeah.
Read it again.
It's a great book.
Very,
I think she won a Booker for that.
Huh?
She won a Booker for that.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
She's got loads, but that is amazing.
Yeah.
Film, I have funny things where I'll never forget. Like it was Gregory Peck, and he's in both these bloody films, which is funny. One is Roman Holiday, and the bit where he doesn't know she's a princess, but then he comes as a reporter and she's lining up and she's going to shake all these people's hands and he's going to be in front of her to realise, oh my God, I've taken you round the back of my Vespa all day and today I'm going to have to bow and scrape and show. And you could tell they were attracted, they wanted to be together in that romantic way, not just respectful mates, funny, whatever. But that bit when he comes in front of her and she looks at it, look, it's choking me up already. That unrequited love, but you're still polite and respectful. I love. And then there's another one with him again, and it's To Kill a Mockingbird. And it's the courtroom scene, and they're all up there on the top, and they're underneath and whatever. And then there's the daughter is upstairs, and where all the people of colour were up there, and downstairs were all the white people watching the scene. And, you know, he'd just won the case, and he was up putting all his papers away, and she's sort of just sitting on the floor still. And I think it was a black woman there, just said to her, I don't know if her name was Scout in it or something, and he said, Scout, Scout, stand up, stand up. And he goes, that's your father walking out. That respect, you know, when you have for somebody that they've done something so dignified, is the quiet things I like that. They really touch me, and I feel it. That saying, stand up, that's your father walking out, having done something so wonderful, not just for one particular race, but for human or justice or something that's proper, good, decent. Yeah. They touch me.
Amazing.
They stay with me a long time.
I can see that. Who would you love to share a dessert with?
I'm not a big dessert eater, and I eat more as I've gotten older. I didn't have a sweet tooth, but I think in a group, because it's quite nice to have 1 or 2, 3 desserts and everyone can have a mouthful. So I'm sharing. I'm not very clingy about that.
Who would you share it with? A person?
My husband, my daughter, sometimes a little grandson. He kind of looks at it and I go, no, you have to ask your mum, are you allowed or not? I can't share.
And my final question, if you wrote a book about your life or career so far, what would it be called?
Oh gosh, I think everyone expects it to be a how-to makeup one. And I think at the end of something, it'd be quite nice to do a memoirs, because of the things I've seen in the industry. And I'm not just an artist, I have created things at back and how the industry works, personal in it, African, Asian, Western, just a thought plan like that. So I think it would be something like that, and then it could have chapters in there about how to.
What would it be called, the title of the book?
I have no idea. I think you'd have to sort of sit there with whoever that book editor, you know, if the publisher goes for it, then we could work out. It could be Ruby. It's a good name, short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
With the red sort of board. I don't know. I don't actually know, to be honest, but I think it would be, it would incorporate the word Ruby, and then, I don't know, my memories, my thoughts, my life. I don't know. I think whatever we'll work on it, would brainstorm and come up with something. But I haven't got like, oh my God, it's got to be this title.
Ruby, thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
and sharing all your insights. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.